saying I only want to be pretty and cheeky, man. That's true. I only kind of want to be that.
Hey y'all, so today I'm back with a brand new video, brand new series. As you see by the title, it's called Just Girl Talk. This is my little version of a podcast. Not so much commitment to it, and as far as like, I don't know how to explain it, like scheduling and shit like that. Like, I could just do as I please, and it's on my channel. So this is my little segment I'm added to my channel called Just Girl Talk. Literally, it's just girl talk. So today's video is going to be about some things that I learned in my 20s, learning how to navigate my 20s. I'm in my early 20s, and I feel like I've learned a lot. 18-year-old me and 20-something-year-old me is not the same age. 21-year-old me was not the same girl. 21, 22, 23, like, these are not the same women, won't be the same women. And I learned a lot, and I feel like I have a lot to share. So let's get into it. I'm also gonna be doing my makeup in the midst of this because I still gotta make sure I got it, because in a few weeks I'm gonna be outside with the girls and I gotta make sure my face is beat. So the first thing, and I think this is like number one for me, is boundaries. Set them. You have to set boundaries, because if you don't, you will suffer. And I'm still working on setting boundaries sometimes. Honestly, I could say that honestly, but if you don't set boundaries, you're only inconveniencing yourself to convenience other people. For what? Like, I also think over the years, people got one time to do some funny shit with me. That's just all in all what it is. And once you set that boundary, I bet. I don't hold nobody to it, but people will set boundaries with you and then don't like when you set the boundary. Or people don't like in general once you go from people pleasing or like having like being flexible to setting boundaries. Like, nobody likes when you go from one to the other. They don't like that. That changed. And I feel like 2024 was the year of that. I don't fuck around. Because I'm only going to be upset about it. And then I'm going to keep popping shit about it. I'm going to keep talking about it. And for what? Like, when we could just shut it down now. I don't know. I don't have time. I don't like being inconvenienced. This is my life. It's that simple. Literally. And then as far as learning, you also not only do you need to set boundaries, but you need to learn how to respect others. And I also was having trouble with that, and probably still am a little bit. As far as, you know, even in a relationship, like, you feel like, you know, because that's your partner, you don't have to respect their boundaries, but you do. If they're uncomfortable with something and you think it's small, but to them it's a major thing, you have to respect that boundary. Or as far as a friend, if you can tell somebody is not trying to tell you something, like, for example, where'd you get that shirt? And they're like, oh, you know, like, giving you the runaround. It's something small, but like, just respect that boundary. They don't want to share. Respect that. Like, people make things bigger than what they have to be. And I think the biggest thing is you just need to respect people's boundaries. I'm so big on that because I want mine to be respected. So just respect mine and I'll respect yours. I think that's the kind of thing I'm going for. All in all. And then, like, learn how to read the room. Like, if somebody is like shutting you down on something, don't keep prying or trying to get information, things of that nature. Shut up about it. Like, it's nothing to talk about. That's, I don't know. That's just me. But I always ended off with that's just me. Maybe that should be the name of the podcast. That's just me. Because, I don't know, that's just me. That's cute. See what I did there? But, yeah. What else? That's like the first thing. Set boundaries. If you set boundaries, you'll live a happy life. It's that simple. If you don't, you want to keep people pleasing. And I get being considerate of others. There's a difference between being considerate of others and inconveniencing yourself to please others. It's two different things. Once we learn as people to decipher the difference, some people have no problem with that. And I admire people like that, but like, I've just become that person. So now I'm the one people admire. Like, yeah, girl. It feels so good because I really don't give a damn. I said no. That's it. No means no. No is a sentence. It's not a question. There's no comma. No. And that's the end of the conversation. And I think people just need to understand that. I just don't want to do it. I'm not going to pretend to want to do it. I'm not going to give you the runaround, because that's how you disappoint people. Just say no. It's that simple. I'm drinking a Poppy. This is not sponsored. I don't really like this flavor no more. Now that I've had other flavors. The ginger lime one is really good. Yeah, set boundaries. Learn how to set boundaries. Protect your space, your mental health. And that goes for parents. You better ask mine, because they know. My mom sets good boundaries. So she is who I aspire to be. No. She stands for she stands on business. So that's why I don't know why it's such a difficult task for me, or has been a difficult task for me. I be standing on it. But I wish I was like my mom. She stands on business. But I think because she's just like, I really don't got time for y'all shenanigans. And I respect that, queen. Yeah. So learn how to set boundaries and stand on them. What's next? Self-awareness and like just change and just trying to be a better person. Now, I've heard a countless amount of times, but it's only from one person, that I'm not self-aware. I think I am self-aware. And I mentioned this in my 2024-2025 video. I think I'm pretty self-aware. Like, I catch myself in what I'm doing most of the time. I know what I'm doing, or like I try to avoid doing things that I know I shouldn't be doing. Yeah. Self-awareness. Some people, it's grown people. Your parents are probably not as self-aware. Like, don't be that person though. Don't be somebody that can't even recognize that sometimes you are the problem. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm perfect. I've not always been the perfect friend, the perfect partner, perfect daughter, perfect sibling or family member, but I'm self-aware. Like, I know when I want some funny style. Like, I'm funny acting sometimes. I know that. That's my personality, though. Sometimes I just don't want to be bothered. It's nothing personal. But that doesn't change the fact that I know XYZ would feel some type of way about how I act or whatever the case may be. But again, in the same breath, it's like I'm not here to appease anybody. I feel like if I don't have the mental capacity to just deal with people, then that's just what it is. But at the end of the day, that's where the boundary comes in. I don't have the mental capacity to deal right now. It's always something. Like, sometimes you just need, like, all right, girl, I get it. We all going through things. You going through things. I'm going through things. But you always got something going on. And I just cannot show up for you right now. I have enough going on my end of the table. My side of the street is enough going on over here. And unfortunately, I don't have this mental capacity for us both. So you're going to have to pray about it. And we'll hope for the best on both ends. Everybody's not going to always be available to you. And I learned that too. Like everybody's not, it's not my world. Well, it is. But the world don't revolve around me only. Everybody has their own shit going on, even if you can't tell, even if it doesn't look like it, even if they're scrolling on Instagram and they saw you texting. That goes for your man too, unfortunately. Not trying to make your partner not talking to you okay, because that's something I'm used to, unfortunately. But I think it sets, I don't know, it's just a boundary. Like, if some people just only had the mental capacity to scroll, hey, it's not up to me to also show somebody some shit that they don't see a problem with. So, like I said, self-awareness, some people just don't have it. And that could be, them people could be your parents. And that is what suck. Like, it sucks. Like, you're a big grown-ass man and you don't see your problem. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not here to call nobody out. I don't care that much. You have to, this probably leads into my next thing. You have to learn how to let things go. I'm talking to myself too. I feel like I have, but I be still popping shit on the side. And that be my problem. Like, girl, if you let it go, let it all the way go. But I don't know. You're not gonna always get that apology. You're not gonna always, people are not gonna always take people are not gonna always take accountability for what they've done to you to lead you to react the way that you did. Sometimes, let me turn this down. Sometimes you just have to forgive and move on. Now, this is where we go back to boundaries. You don't have to deal with them no more. That's the part that people hate. That's where the boundary. Oh yeah, I forgave you and everything, but I don't want no parts of this shit no more. That's what people hate. And it's like, no, you don't have to deal with shit that you don't want to, whether that's a partner, a friend, a dad. You don't have to do that shit. And that'd be my favorite part of setting boundaries. Like, you thought shit was gonna be your way. No, this is my life. Like, no. And once people have to learn that. It's grown people that still gotta learn that. So, yeah. Everybody around you is not gonna be on the same type of growth, like, the same page you are. You might be ready to, move on from it as long as accountability is being taken, but some people just don't think they're wrong. And that's okay. But again, that's not some shit you gotta deal with. And that's just the science. That's how that works. I don't gotta deal with some shit I don't want to deal with. Whether it's a man, a job, a parent, a friend, auntie, uncle, cousin. It doesn't matter. If I don't want no parts of that shit, I don't gotta deal with it. And I hate to break that to y'all, but that's just life. I'm gonna be so mad to have to watch this off after, but it's cool. Networking. Now I'm jumping the gun. Like, I'm just going and like whatever's listed here. Networking. Networking is important. You'll be surprised. Sometimes it's not about what you know. It's about who you know. And I've learned that entering the dental field. Like, oh, that's so dark. I learned that entering the dental field, like, people put your name in places that you haven't even stepped foot in yet. And it's like, that's why you just gotta, I don't want to say play nice, but like, make connections. Don't be afraid to talk to people, ask questions. The more you ask questions, the more knowledge you have. It doesn't hurt to ask questions. You can't be afraid to be yourself. You can't be afraid. Like, I feel like I used to be afraid to be myself a lot. Probably still do shy away from it sometimes, but I'm aware enough to where I catch myself like, girl, this is you want to be here, so act like it. You want to be here, act like it. Be here. But yeah, networking. You never know who you're gonna meet. You don't know who knows who. This world is so small. I find that out every other day. Like, oh, you know so-and-so? Yeah, I know. I went to school with him. Oh, that's my son brother. Da, 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 da. That's how this life works. Networking, you don't know who knows who. You don't know your name is in rooms that you ain't even step in yet. So, network. You may not feel like going to something, but if you feel in your spirit that you should, then you should. You probably should. Like, you never know who knows you, who knows of you. And especially with the social media shit, like, you don't know who's watching your video. And that's some shit I have to remind myself of. Like I said in my 2025 video, if y'all didn't see that, y'all should go watch it. But you don't know who's looking at you, who's talking to you, who's looking for you. Like, oh, this is your son. Da, 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 da. You don't know what room you're going to be in this year, the next. Make every minute count. Put your best foot forward. Act like you want to act. If you want to be there, act like it. And that's some shit I be having to tell myself every day when I go to work. You say you want to be here, so act like it. Anyways, what is in here? I'm curious. What the hell is in here? Did it fall and break? Not to throw off the video, but that was weird. Okay. Find people you're compatible with. People that understand you, you understand them. It's never no hard feelings. We all on the same page. Life's ain't. I think people need to learn how to like. I love the social media break because people is not looking for me. And I love that. I just want to be in my own bubble. I'm on a social media break. Not to cut into my own personal stuff, but yeah. I just thought about that because I'm like, I used to watch people's story every day and I have to talk to them because I see what you're doing, but you don't see what I'm doing now. So now everybody's like, oh, wait, what, is everything okay? Whole time, baby, I'm just what I'm doing. Right here. Talking to my camera. I love this camera. Instant gratification is going to be your downfall. It's still my downfall to this day. But 2025 is where I fucking draw the line. Baby, I can't keep doing this. Instant gratification gonna be my downfall every time, especially when it comes to the money. Like, what? One thing about me, I be ready to spend $1. I know how to spend some money. That's why I always gotta make some. If your pockets ain't poking, don't call me your twin. Instant gratification gonna be your downfall. Delayed gratification is gonna be so much better, not only for your finances, but for your peace of mind. You trying to rush stuff that it's just not in God's plan right now. He never said it wasn't in his plan, period. It's just not in his plan right now. And I'm talking to myself because that's some, like I said, that's some shit I need to learn. But that's something I'll leave it in 2024 because, baby, I can't keep doing this. It's that simple. I can't keep doing this. I have to learn. Sometimes it's just not, it's just not in God's timing today. Not that it's not in God's timing, period. Another thing that I learned in my 20s is none of this worldly stuff is going to satisfy you. A relationship with God is going to do that. It's going to fulfill you. Unfortunately, well, it's not unfortunate, but I have learned that. I'm learning that, like, it don't matter what I get, I want more, or I want new, or it doesn't matter what it is. I always want more, I want better, or whatever case may be. And now this comes into play with, like, sometimes you don't see how good you're doing because you keep raising the bar. Yeah, that's cool, but at this point, it's given your girl is never satisfied, and it's just like it's like, girl, be grateful for what you have. And I'm talking to myself. I think I'm pretty grateful, but I do catch myself complaining. Like, I be complaining about that job. And I just be like, this is something you prayed for. You prayed to be here. You prayed for this. What is the problem? It's just, I guess it could say it's not what I expected. And that's where the problem is starting to come to the forefront. But I'm like, God get the last say. He knows the plan. I'm just going with the flow. He knows the plan. I don't know the plan. I'm not trying to find the plan out. Whatever is supposed to happen will be just that. And yeah, because trying to bust my head to figure it out is going to just bust my head. Like, I don't know. I'm not in the business of... That was a quick beat. Okay. Just trying to be more grateful, and like I said, the worldly stuff don't matter. Build that relationship with God. That's gonna fulfill you. I'm learning that really, because it's just like it don't matter what I do, what I achieve, what I buy. I always want more. I always want something more. And I'm like, is it because I'm ungrateful? Am I gluttonous? Like, what is the problem? Whole time, I don't know how to sit still. Like, it's just a lot of things about myself I've noticed, and it's annoying because it's like, I'm just trying to live. I just want to live. That's all. I just want to live. And that's why I'm like, when people say I'm not self-aware, I don't think that's what it is. I don't know what it is, but I don't think it's that. I don't think that's what it is. I think I'm pretty self-aware. Like, I look in the mirror. I'm like, girl, you need to fix up. Yeah. So just like being able to be self-aware, that's something I recommend everybody try to do. And sometimes I can't even see past my own bullshit to see like, girl, wake up. Like, look at what you're doing. Look at how you're self-destructing, self-sabotaging. Sometimes I do that too. But that's neither here or there. Instant gratification gonna be your downfall. Don't do that. Just wait. God, I don't know if you believe in God, and I'm not really here to try to make you believe in God, but He's shown me Himself so many times. It's like, I don't have no doubt. I don't know. Honestly, you have to have your own encounter, you have to build your own relationship. Nobody can't force God onto you. Like I said, I've grown up. I have people praying for me. I've always grown up. People praying for me. I used to praise dance. I've been in the church, been in Sunday school. I've been doing that. I had to find my own relationship with God. So I ain't here to push God onto nobody. I'm just talking for what I learned in my 20s. This is about me, for real. So that's neither here or there. College. Let's really talk about it. College, I think everybody should wait. That's my personal opinion. Wait until you get older, until you know what you want to do. Instead of sitting in these people's school for 4 years at the age of 18. Oh yeah, I want to be a doctor. And then, it sounds like I'm talking about myself, but I didn't want to be a doctor until like my going into my 3rd year of college. So, but I want to be a doctor. Yeah, I want to do this. I want to be a nurse. And then you get in there and you're like, what the is this? All this? Oh no, I don't like this. What do I want to be a nurse for? Why? And somebody asks you, why you want to be a nurse? Oh, so I can like make money and travel. You don't give a fuck about these people. And don't put yourself through things for a lifestyle. Like, do what you feel compelled to do. Do what God has put on your heart to do. And I'm talking like I know what God has put on my heart to do. I don't even know. But do something you want to do. Do something you see yourself doing for a long time. Do something that you think is worth your time. Sitting in these people's school, you wanted to be a nurse or wanted to be a doctor or wanted to, what else? You could be a gym teacher. I don't know. A kinesiologist. I don't fucking know. An epidemiologist. You're doing all these big things because, it looks good, or your parents did it, or your parents want you to do it, and you're miserable. Yeah, you're making money, but at what cost? Your mental health? I just don't think money is worth that to me. And I say that all the time. It's just money is not worth my sanity. It's not anymore. I've worked for so many years. I've been working since I was 16. Burning myself out. I worked all through COVID. I have never had a break. So it's like, well, I did in 2023 when I lost my job, but it was a fake break. I was working part-time. Who is this? I was working part-time, so I was still working. I was working. One thing about me, I ain't never stop a check. I ain't never let a job stop me from getting some money. Never. I'm gonna get this money by any means. And at what cost, though? My physical health, my mental health. Fuck. Like, baby girl is tired. What is that? Is my camera overheated? Like, oh, that's ghetto. I don't know why it does that nowadays. But, I've been recording for 32 minutes. That's why. But I don't think money is worth your mental health. Do something that you see yourself doing. Do something that you want to do. Do something that you enjoy doing. Sometimes what you enjoy doing is not always lucrative. And sometimes what you enjoy doing don't need a degree. Like, I just say do what you want to do. Because you have to sit there for 4 years and do it. That's all in all. Like, that's my take. That's like, I hope that's what you take away from that. Wait until you know what you want to do, a field that you like. Sometimes you might not even want to go to college, period. Yeah, you have to go to see if you want to do it, but I say wait. At least a year out of high school. See what you like, what you want to do, explore. 18-year-old you and 20-year-old you are not the same you. 20-year-old you and 23-year-old you are not the same person. 19-year-old you and 22-year-old you are not the same. 25-year-old you is not going to be the same. So it's like, you might want to be this at 19, but then you turn around 21 coming, you're like, hell no, I don't see myself doing this. My back hurt. I'm tired. I don't want to do this. I actually want to do this instead. And then you find joy in it. You enjoy it. You find, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I say just give it a second. I ain't saying go enlist in the army now, but give it a second. That's what I'm saying. And this leads into my next point. Try to find your purpose. Like, I don't know. I keep saying I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know. I know, but I don't know. Like, I kind of have a question mark by it. I don't know. Try to find your purpose. It's something that I think that'll fulfill you as well. Ooh, this is a big one. Individuality in relationships, as in romantic relationships. You have to be your own person outside of your partner. This is something that I had to learn. But one thing about me, I'm an extremist, and that's something I mentioned in my 2024-2025 video. I need to cut that out. It's either I'm all in or I'm really solo. Like, I'm really by myself, relationship or not. Nigga, I'm with me. Like, you feel me? That's something I had to cut out. But seriously, though, individuality in a relationship is so important. You cannot be glued and under his ass, and he can't be glued and under your ass all the time. Y'all have to have separate lives, do separate things, whether that's with your own friend groups or even just by yourselves. But just don't drag it the way I be dragged. Because one thing about me, I'm going to drag it. I'm going to take it there every time. Oh, you want space? I'll give you that for the rest of your life. Like, you feel me? I'll be dragging it. So, just don't drag it. But individuality is important. You still have to have hobbies outside of your partner. You still have to do things outside of your partner. Yeah, this is my boo. This is my baby and all that. But who is Jonasia? Amen? Okay. That's something I ain't learned until, like, last year or 2 years ago. So yeah, success looks different to everybody. What's successful for you or what makes you feel successful may not make somebody, may not be somebody else's definition of success. Or just like y'all have two different wants out of this life. Like, you think you're doing your biggest one, and that doesn't mean go and judge somebody and be like, oh, this bitch ain't even doing nothing. She might have been wanting to kill herself last year, and now this year she finally up and at 'em and doing things that she loves. Your version of success is not everybody's version of success. So stop judging people. Stop talking shit. Like, if you're doing your big one, do your big one. But don't. And comparison is a thief of joy. Like, oh, I could tell you so many things that I learned in my 20s. Comparison is a thief of joy. You don't know how people is getting the shit they get. You don't know what people did to get there. You don't know how long it took them to get there. You don't know what the steps they put in to get there. This is just their time to shine. Everybody has a time to shine. You're not the first person to be blessed, and you won't be the last person to be blessed. That goes for me. That goes for everybody. I'm not the first person to be blessed. I won't be the last person to be blessed. Everybody gets a time. Everybody has their seasons. So, comparison is a thief of joy. Don't compare yourself to nobody. Just hope for the best. Keep praying on what you need and what you want and what you need to get out of this life. If it aligns with God's plan, you're going to get it. As long as you do your part. You have to show up and do your part too. As far as spiritually, physically, show up and do your part, and God will meet you halfway. I tell people that all the time. Do your part, and God will meet you there. I'm going to leave you with this. Just because one thing goes wrong, it's not the end of the world. Just because one thing goes wrong, it's not the end of the world. There are 365 days in a year. Something is bound to go wrong. That's life. Adjust and pivot. Okay? I hope you guys enjoyed my first episode of Just Girl Talk, and I hope to see y'all in my next one. I hope to be planning it out better. I didn't know what I was going to even talk about today, but I was really happy to talk about this. My face is beaten. It's tea. I'm looking in the mirror like, okay, I still got it. It's nice and beaten. It's tea. I want to learn how to beat my face like the, my brows look really good, but I want to learn how to beat my face like the makeup artist. But this is tea, and it's not really foundation. I just did concealer. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in my next one.